Welcome back to Crown's Crypto Cave and another little morning Friday update. Hey, happy Friday, everyone out there in cryptocurrency land. As always, wishing you the happiest of happy Fridays all the way over here from Helsinki, Finland. And I just want to get your day started off right with some Bitcoin analysis over here. What do you need to know for the day? Again, this is not any long-term analysis. This is just going to be, more pertinent stuff for the day, most likely. So again, if you want the long-term analysis, go to the long-term analysis playlist. Yeah, there you go. That's what you want. But for just, intraday type trading activities, that's what this series is going to essentially be for. Okay. All right. So let's see. As always, I want to start off with, let's go with like the 4 hour and let's kind of mark off a few things to be aware of. All right. So it looks to me like we are still in the confines of a potential broadening wedge bear flag, but having a good reaction off of the off of a test of what can really be what you can actually just infer as the bottom right here at around 6,300. Yes, not quite formally getting there, but it doesn't need to be getting there just exactly. Technical analysis is an art, not a science. Damn it. These damn fucking scientists in my arts. Get out. I'm a fucking chart hipster. But basically, yeah. Looking at the volume on the pop last night, while it was a good move to the upside, I do want to remind everyone, hey, don't lose sight of the trees in the forest, or don't lose sight of the forest and the trees. Whatever the fuck these old adages go or saying, who even knows what the fuck it is? Anyways, you got a very orderly drop-off in volume as you kind of crawl your way through this consolidation period right here. Whatever you want to refer to it as, again, a bear flag or a broadening wedge is all good by me. But my point is that, hey, you can also very easily make a stab at the top upper resistance, which would be coinciding right around here, somewhere right around 6,900-ish area. Now, to kind of narrow it down just a little bit more, we do have resistance right here at about 6,750. And obviously, to kind of wrap up what we talked about yesterday, we broke above this 6,550-ish area yesterday that we spoke about. And this is something that I want to actually pay special attention to right now. Just a little bit of a aside, right? Yesterday we were speaking. Hey, you are in the formation of a typically bearish, consolidation. Doesn't mean it's always going to break out to the downside, but more importantly, these things can go on for a long time. They can play rope-a-dope along the supporting resistances, frustrating everyone out of their goddamn minds, which is exactly what you want to do. You want to make everyone think we're going to the goddamn moon when you break above this area right here, and you want to make everyone think we're going to the goddamn hellish sphere of below, all the way down to 3,000 when you have this nice red dildo right here. But when you actually look at it from the greater perspective, you realize, hey, this is just consolidation area move right here, and we're just kind of filling out the range, so to say, for the time being. But hey, a nice move to be made. And if you did take that trade off of the break of 65.50, well, fucking well done, because that was a nice little trade to have, and you're probably pretty damn happy right now with about $200 in the green. Now, yes, we are at a resistance right here right now, kind of at your former high. So are we creating any sort of divergences? Potentially we are. As you can see, the RSI is not necessarily getting up to its prior highs that it was over here just yet. But more importantly, it's not necessarily a stopping point just yet either. So it's not healthy to really be comparing these 2 points. And I think that we're actually gonna have another try right here right now of this area. Lower time frames look like it was just a flag kind of taking it out, and there you go. So if you do have a nice little, well, technically this is an ascending triangle right here. So let's just kind of see what the measurement would be pointing back out, because maybe we do have enough firepower to break this next resistance that we're currently working on. Okay, apply that to the next area, and there you go. Perhaps yes. This would be pointing towards 67.77. Good old sevens over there. It's going to take this back off, and perhaps we do actually see a break of this area right here, which would probably be a little bit more consolidation, but it would really free up the space to make a full run at this up resistance right here at about 68.50-ish area. Our semi-low time frame stochastics are getting a little bit overdone, but they're still gaining momentum to the upside. So that tells me that this move it has some punch behind it. My regular my proprietary stochastics down here actually firing off a sell, but I don't like to try those. I don't like to trust those too much when we're in like a full on, when we're in like a short-term breakout area. I put more weight on like an RSI or my regular stochastics, and those are just saying, hey, we don't really have too much to say just yet. I need like a next stopping point to relate these things to if we're going to get divergence. Right now, we just don't have enough information. And that's really what a lot of things come down to a lot of the time is you just don't have enough information. So this move looks good until essentially it doesn't. So let's go over to the daily and just talk about a few confluences areas over here. I'm going to get rid of that volume moniker down there. And look at that. The top area of this potential resistance would be aligning with the cyan 100 exponential right around here. Just beautiful. Oh my God, how does it happen sometimes? Nobody knows. Also, your 12-hour 200 exponential would be coming in around there because, well, that's just going to be the half a year daily, right? And then if we go to the 2-day Dillo time frame, which is extremely important as well, we did get the death cross over here, so perhaps it is coming up to formally test the green 55 exponential right here. Overall, this whole action has just been very low volume drift when you kind of pull it out. When in doubt, pull it out, as the saying goes. And I do want to be very, very aware of this and saying, hey, until you actually break one way or the other, you don't want to be getting too excited just either which way. Now, of course, let's just talk about some ideas. What would happen if you broke above this upper resistance right here above, let's call it 6850, but I suppose it's actually formally like, maybe 6900, maybe a little bit closer to 6900. And it would really start to coincide with a break of this descending triangle within the greater descending triangle, which I'm going to draw out really carefully right here. I am practicing good strokes of the hand with my trading view. And yeah, we're working on some sort of a descending triangle. And if you were to break above this area right here, 60, I guess it's about, let's just call it 6,900 just to round up and be more conservative. If you start closing some higher level dildos above there, especially like a 2-hour, 4-hour daily would be pretty damn impressive, then that's going to start to make me a little bit more interested because you will be resolving a traditional bearish pattern to the upside, which is 100% possible. As with any pattern, I've seen every fucking pattern break out every goddamn which way. Even if you are in a descending triangle, it still means you can still break out to the top of it. It's just unlikely. But that would start to make me a little bit interesting because that would be a sign of strength, no doubt about it. Anytime that you have a traditional bearish pattern and break it out to the upside, and vice versa for a bullish pattern and break it out to the downside, that is a very strong sign of strength in my opinion, or at least in my experience. So obviously you'd still have to deal with the overall downtrend line coming all the way back from about 10 months ago, which extremely important because, well, it lines up with a shit ton of things, and we're going to spend a second talking about them. But again, I don't want to get into too much long-term analysis here. But basically, if you were to break above 6,900, I really don't see much stopping you from this area right here to about 7,200. If you could start breaking above 7,200 and take out these this red and purple exponential and simple 200 moving averages over here, coinciding with a new higher high over this 7,400 high right here, well, that would start to look that would start to look very interesting to me, extremely interesting to me, as I would not want to be short if that happens. In fact, I'm not short right now. I'm long. I've been long since about 65.50ish area. So if we did break above this area, I would start to be a lot more interested in just holding a long above 8,000, above this high right here, or just in this region around 8,000. I'd start to be pretty interested. But again, it's not until Bitcoin starts posting dildos above this 10,000 area right here where I start saying, hey, I think that we've already seen the lows, and I really don't want to even be looking for shorts at all really whatsoever. I just want to be really looking for a place to get long and kind of just ride the wave, because, well, trading can be easy. It can be easy or it can be hard, depending upon which way you want to do it. And there's no reason why not. You shouldn't make it easy, unless you just like going to a self-fisting station. In that case, well, short a breakout or buy a breakdown, buy the knife. But again, until those things happen, I do retain a bearish view on this. It's just by the same token, right here, right now, I am actually looking for more upside, most likely. If Bitcoin were to come under pressure, your first big area to take out would be this guy right here, 65.50. Yes, technically speaking, you will have this guy right here, right around 66.50, we could call it. But overall, it's not until, and more importantly, it's not really until you start breaking this bottom support trend line right around here. Right around 6,300, a little bit above 6,300 as it does rise over time, where I start saying, okay, it's time to be back on the defense again. And of course, the big area being 61.50, which is my kind of doomsday scenario, saying, hey, we're likely going to make some new lows if 61.50 breaks. But for right here, right now, looks all good coming into this thick resistance right here, convergence of all these trend lines plus your daily 100 exponential, this cyan line right here to kind of wrap it up, your 12-hour 200 exponential, well, fucking obviously, and your 2-day 55 exponential right around here, which, by the way, did get the death cross, and that's going to be very, very important as well. Should say, hey, your stochastics on the daily are hinting at a positive cross. Your 12-hour actually did cross the upside, so very, very well done. So again, that's really all there is to be said about on Bitcoin right here, right now. We'll talk about Ethereum in just a second. It does look like we might actually be breaking right here right now. Not bad. Good little pop on the volume right here, so I like that. And actually, Finex made it all the way to 6,800. Holy shit. All right, let's go over here to Mr. Buterol, 232.91 on Finex, and I'm going to redo this whole chart as well. And we're going to do just the short term on this one as well, just very, 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 very short term type thinking over here, because that's what this video is for. If you want the long term stuff, go check out the longer term analysis, because that's what it's for. And we got this guy right here. We got this guy right here. So I want to be aware of this. It broke down from this rising wedge, so that will play a role going forwards here. And are we making some sort of a bear flag right now with this next support going in right here? Perhaps, and that's what I want to talk about. Hey, when you break a rising wedge to the downside, a lot of the time you'll just morph into a bear flag or rising channel by the nature of it as you find support a little bit lower. But that also makes me say, hey, be aware that this thing is, it's still under pressure until it basically proves itself. So you're right at resistance right here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I like that. Right at the 200 simple moving average, that red line right there as well. I like that as well for good confluence. So as long as Mr. Buterol is below this area right here, hard to get too excited about it. If it did get above that area, I don't see too much stopping it from its prior high area right around here, or right around 245.5, which is actually your 4-hour 200 exponential. So I like that. And if you could actually take out this level right here, like 250, then we got some, to look at. Just like Bitcoin getting above 7,400, need to see Mr. Buterol get above like 250, 252-ish area. And that would start to look pretty damn good. Yes, you'd have resistance along the way, but overall, I would think that this area gets extended a lot more if that were to happen. So again, going back to the lower time frames right here, here's your more recent support right around here. 227.5. Here's your big resistance. Well, we can just kind of move it down right here at around 230. Let's call it 231.75 and your next resistance is going to be somewhere right around here, if you want to trade ranges, and above there I don't see much stopping you from this 246-ish area right here. So again, a few trades to be had, a lot of opportunity coming. Be fucking aware unless you want to wake up in the morning with a fucking dildo in your asshole. Hey, CME is closing tonight. All right, they're expiring, and we typically get some pretty damn violent movements on those. So be aware of something like that, because they have caught a lot of people off guard more recently. And even the CBOs have been given some movement as well, especially on the last close. But the CMEs are notoriously, good at giving you some volatility in the market, whether it's up or down. It can come both ways. And I know that there's plenty of people out there, plenty of the Trading View, Twitter pros and all these sorts of people saying, "Oh, it's a CMEs, guys. They're gonna close and we go up to the moon." Maybe, or maybe we go down to the fucking floor. My point is, unless you have data on like commercial positions, aka the professionals who are like actually using this to fucking hedge, it's hard to really gauge. And more importantly, on top of that, it's actually almost, I'm going to say something a little bit off the wall, but it's actually almost a lesson in futility almost, because there's so many variables on how to actually roll your positions, manage your risk going forwards, and there's so many moving parts within this equation that to say, hey, we have this over here, so we're definitely going up, or we have this over here, so we're definitely going down is a little bit naive in my opinion. So I'm actually not going to play it. I'm going to make a point to not have a position when those come around. I do have a long right now, and I would be taking it off probably pretty damn soon. I mean, this is a pretty good rally so far. So if we were to get above this area right here, 6,900, I'd be more interested. I'd be interested in taking another long. But right here, right now, $200 game, not bad at all, man. Not bad at all. So again, that's just trading. Let's go see where the CMEs are trading. By the way, you do have a nice gap in price action right around here, right around 66.50. But not really telling you too much anything unique in the price action over here. It is trading at a slight discount right now. So the play would be to buy buy the CMEs and sell the and sell the underline if you were doing something like that. But then again, these things change very rapidly, and there's only about $5 premium on them currently in relation to BitMEX. But then again, you got about $15 in relation to Finex. So maybe some people will kind of be taking advantage of that arbitrage there. But again, so many variables in this equation that I think is for me, it's just best not to have a position. If you insist on playing it, just be aware. Hey, fuckery will happen, my friends. Fuckery will happen. So again, to kind of wrap up what we're looking at right here, resistance right here at 67.60, support right here at 66.70ish area. If you break this support, I don't see too much holding you up from 65.50. If you break that area, I don't see much holding you up from like low 6,300. If you break this 67.60ish area, 67.70ish area, I don't see much stopping you from about 68.50, 6900ish area. So I hope that'll kind of cover it for today. Hope this video finds you well, and I'll see you in a live stream a little bit soon. Later is what I'm trying to say. English, not so good at it. All right, guys, take care. See you soon.